Ever find yourself tempted, just a little, by that free movie download? You're not alone.
Definitely not.
Millions around the world, they dip their toes into this vast ocean of online piracy.
Right.
So today, we're diving deep, going way beyond that surface, into a global crackdown,
Okay.
a real digital high seas heist, and the fight against it. Specifically, what's going on right now in Brazil.
Yeah, this is about a lot more than just, grabbing a Hollywood blockbuster. It's a whole industry.
Yeah,
Multi-billion-dollar industry built on stolen content.
huge.
Impacts everyone from like indie musicians to people making software, everybody.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Our main source today is a fascinating article. Just from Olhar Digital, a leading Brazilian tech news site. They are all over this. They got the inside scoop on Operation 404. That's Brazil's ongoing campaign against online piracy. And it's pretty intense.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about Operation 404, what makes it stand out, is it shows just how seriously, globally, authorities are starting to take digital crime.
Yeah.
Like, this has been going on a while, since 2019, these targeted takedown.
Yeah.
But this latest phase, huge.
They went after everything.
Yeah.
The article mentions 675 websites, 14 streaming apps,
Wow.
even social media profiles all distributing this content.
Yeah, and it wasn't just, flipping a switch, taking down websites.
Right.
This was 30 search warrants, 5 arrests.
Wow, that does sound like ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, who are these people behind it all?
Yeah. Right. Well, online piracy, it's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's not just, file sharing anymore.
Right.
This is a sophisticated criminal enterprise now.
Wow.
Organized networks, often with ties to other illicit activities. We're talking serious money, profiting from distributing this copyrighted content.
So it's not just teenagers in their basements anymore.
No, not at all. The scale, the sophistication of these operations, significant. They put serious money into the tech they use. They're using complex methods to hide, to evade authorities.
And I bet the average person, just trying to download a movie, has no idea about any of this.
Nope.
But why is cracking down on this such a priority for anyone? I mean, isn't it kind of a victimless crime?
That's a really common misconception.
Okay.
The reality is online piracy has real victims. The article, it highlights that globally, online piracy, just for the film industry, costs them, get this, an estimated $40 to $97 billion every year.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Huge. And that's just, like we said, one industry, one sliver of it, really.
Right.
Think about, independent artists, musicians,
Yeah.
small software developers, people trying to build a thing.
Yeah, they rely on those sales.
Absolutely. That's their livelihood.
It's easy to forget that there are real people behind all this,
Yeah.
The content we just take for granted online. This is how they make a living.
And those are the folks getting hurt.
Exactly. And the article mentions something else. It's a little unsettling.
Okay.
It's this link between getting pirated content and malware.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That's crucial. A lot of people, they don't realize downloading this stuff, it's like you're opening up a Pandora's box of cybersecurity threats. You have no idea.
So it's not just, oh, I'm being sneaky getting a free movie.
Yep.
You're potentially like putting your information, your devices at risk.
All of it, yeah. These pirate sites, they'll inject malware into those files they're sharing like it's nothing. Spyware that can steal your passwords, all your financial data, or ransomware, that can completely lock you out of your own computer until you pay up. And it's not going to be cheap.
Like hold your computer hostage, basically.
Exactly. And you don't know what you're going to get. Could be anything.
It really is that old saying, too good to be true. But back to Brazil. Their Operation 404, something jumped out at me. They weren't exactly, going solo on this. The article mentioned help from other countries.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
This was a team effort. You had Brazil, Argentina, the U.S., and the U.K. all working together.
Really?
Yeah, this level of cooperation, it's actually becoming more and more common, thankfully, especially when it comes to fighting online piracy, because it's global.
So this is a global issue needing a global response.
Exactly.
Great.
These networks, these pirates, they don't care about borders. So if the authorities, if they want to have any hope of dismantling this stuff, they've got to share intelligence, share resources, even agree on legal frameworks.
So what does that look like practically? Like if someone gets caught with, say, a pirated movie in Brazil, what actually happens?
Well, the article, it says in Brazil right now, online piracy, that can get you 2 to 4 years in prison. Plus, you're looking at some pretty hefty fines on top of that.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
That's, I think, a lot more serious than people realize.
It is, and it should be taken seriously.
Wow.
This isn't, just a slap on the wrist. This is serious business. It highlights the fact that this isn't a victimless crime. There are big legal and ethical ramifications to consider.
It sounds like those who are involved in online piracy, they're playing a high-stakes game
They are, yeah, big time.
with potentially very serious consequences.
That's a great way to put it. The risks, they're real, both for the people, actually doing the distributing and the ones who think they're just getting a freebie.
This is a whole other side of things I never even thought about.
It's more than meets the eye, for sure.
Yeah, this deep dive, it's really opened my eyes to how complex online piracy is.
It's a rabbit hole.
It really is.
Layers upon layers.
It's not just, hitting download on a movie. It's this whole thing.
There's so much more to it.
This is global crime, legal battles, cybersecurity threats. Wow. It's really been fascinating, going beyond just the surface of all this.
Yeah,
And really starting to understand how this whole online piracy machine works.
absolutely.
So especially with this Operation 404, it's like a case study.
Right.
But something I was wondering as I was reading this article,
Yeah.
with all this effort, all these crackdowns, is it actually slowing piracy down? Like, is it working?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Nobody really knows. It's
Right.
kind of like, I don't know if you remember that game Whack-A-Mole. You hit one down, another one pops up. That's what it feels like sometimes, They shut down a site,
Yeah.
10 more appear. Technology just moves so fast, it's hard for the law to keep up,
So how do we get ahead of it? What can actually, make a dent in this thing?
Well, it's going to take a lot more than just one thing.
Okay.
It's got to be multi-pronged, for sure.
Right.
Like we were talking about, more international collaboration, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like Operation 404, that needs to be the norm, not the exception.
Pooling resources, sharing intelligence, right?
Exactly. It's the only way to even try to dismantle these global networks.
Okay, but what about just, the average person?
Oh, you mean on the consumer side?
Yeah, what can they do? Or
Right.
what needs to change there?
Honestly, education is key. So many people, they just have no idea the risks they're taking when they download a pirated movie or whatever.
Yeah, it's easy to forget when it's just a click.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And it's not just about the legal stuff, though that's real. It's the malware, the data theft. That's scary stuff.
So it's about getting people to think twice
Yeah.
before they just click download.
100%. But we also can't forget about the creators, the artists, the developers, all of them.
Right, right. They're trying to make a living.
Exactly. We have to support the legitimate platforms,
Yeah.
make it easy to pay for this stuff, make sure it's affordable.
Yeah, if they're easy, good options, maybe people wouldn't feel the need to pirate as much, right?
Exactly. It's all connected.
Yeah.
It's about creating a whole solution, one that addresses every angle.
Man, this deep dive, it has been really eye-opening.
It's wild, right?
It is. We went from a free movie download
Oh.
to global crime rings and cybersecurity threats. It's a lot.
It goes deep.
And we've learned that just one click, what seems like nothing, can have huge consequences.
Oh, yeah.
For the creators, the industries, even just your own personal data, it's all connected.
For sure.
So for our listeners out there, maybe you're heading into a meeting about online piracy.
Happens to the best of us.
You're armed now. You've got the global perspective.
You see how the sausage is made.
You understand what's at stake, why this matters.
It's more than meets the eye.
And remember, Operation 404, this is just one battle. It's a much bigger fight.
Ongoing. Yeah.
As technology changes, we got to keep fighting for a safer, fairer digital world for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Who knows what the next chapter holds? But we'll be here to break it all down for you, right here on The Deep Dive.